So good morning to all of you. We are going to start session on centrifugal pump. As we know, centrifugal pump word is going to consisting of two words, centrifugal and pump. So first of all, we'll define pump and then what's a centrifugal pump. So pump is basically a device which is going to lift water from lower level to higher level. So again, I am repeating, pump is a device which is going to use or which is going to lift water from lower level to higher level or raise the water level from lower level to higher level. But if it is going to raise the water level from lower level to higher level, but with the help of a centrifugal forces or centrifugal action, that means it is known as a centrifugal pump. Now, introduction. So first of all, it converts is another definition. It can be called as it converts mechanical energy into hydraulic energy, but in the form of pressure energy by virtue of centrifugal force. It converts mechanical energy into hydraulic energy, but in the form of pressure energy by virtue of centrifugal force. So when pump is going to start, because pump is assembled with motor always, so motor is always there. When motor is the driving source actually, whenever motor is getting started, so pump is going to start or converting electrical energy into first mechanical energy, because impeller is going to rotate, which is a rotating part of a pump, and ultimately it is going to convert into hydraulic energy because it is going to deliver the water by virtue of pressure energy or centrifugal force. That is why it is known as a centrifugal pump. Flow is in radially outward direction. So always you can say flow is in radially outward direction. Pump is just opposite to the turbine, because in turbine, what we are doing in turbine, actually we are getting water power, and ultimately runner is going to run, that means runner power, and finally electricity. So ultimately you can say there are three stages. First is hydraulic power or water power, then mechanical power, and finally mechanical power means runner power, and finally hydraulic power. Flow is in radially outward direction. It works on the principle of forced vortex flow. There are two types of vortex flow. One is the free vortex flow, one is the forced vortex flow. Free vortex flow means without any external power, is fluid particles are rotating around the center line. That means that's a free vortex flow. If forced vortex flow means when you are going to rotate, when somebody is going to rotate fluid in a certain radius along the axis of shaft, that means it's a forced vortex flow. That means if we are using external energy to rotate the fluid in a certain radius, examples are centrifugal pump, turbines, or in household application, mixer, grinder, these all are the examples of forced vortex flow. Commonly used applications are water. So that means for household applications in which we get water from main line, such as centrifugal pumps are used. Then for sewage application, then petroleum and petrochemical industries are also using centrifugal pumps. So as I've told you, it works on the principle of forced vortex flow, because we are rotating the fluid in a certain radius in the casing of the pump with the help of external energy or with the help of electrical energy. So first part is the electrical energy, then mechanical energy, and finally hydraulic energy in the form of pressure energy. So when a certain mass of fluid is rotated by external torque, that means pressure head is going to take place and water is going to lift it from lower level to higher level. Conversion of energy. It's basically consists of two main parts. One is the rotary part, which is known as the impeller. One is the stationary outside covering parts or cover, which is known as the casings. Impeller actually converts driver energy into kinetic energy, and diffuser converts the kinetic energy into pressure energy. Next, construction. As it is clearly shown in the diagram, pump is having parts. There are different parts. Number one, source of water is known as a sump. So we are going to, let us say, suck the water from a source of water. So that's known as a sump or main source of the water. Then there is a foot valve and strainers are fitted. Strainer is a device. It's a kind of a small net or mesh. It is basically removing the contaminated water or removing the dust and dirt from the water, so that clean water should enter into the pump and pump should not face any difficulty while running. Then vanes. Vanes are also known as the blades. So these are the impeller blades, or impeller is blades are mounted in a radially outward direction, which previously we have discussed. Then there is a suction pipe. Suction pipe is always submerged into the source of water and connected to the casing of the pump. Then finally, there is a delivery pipe, which is shown in the diagram, from outer of the casing to the delivery destination. Then delivery valve will be there, and ultimately casing, which is the outer cover, and finally delivery valve. So as soon as pump is going to run, so as we have seen in the diagram, so initially there will be electrical energy. The motor is directly connected to the shaft and impeller is mounted on the shaft. So as we have seen, suction pipe is directly connected to the source of water to the input, and delivery pipe is directly connected from casing to the